Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to the third edition of the X-Ray FM House Shows series of live streamed concerts. Tonight, we'll be hearing all the way from Columbus, Ohio, Zach from the band Saintseneca, and from right here in Portland, Oregon, Faustina Masigat will be playing some songs for us as well. As many of you know, X-Ray FM is a community nonprofit radio station based right here in Portland, Oregon. They have a mission of amplifying the best and most distinctive voices in our community, also providing a space for discussion, for discourse, for artistry, for ideas, and occasionally for music even. My name is Ross Beach. I'll be your host for tonight. I host a radio show on X-Ray FM on Friday afternoons from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific in the United States. It's called Live with Pleasure. And what I've focused on over the years has been previewing live performances and concerts happening here in Portland, Oregon, and the surrounding community. Obviously, none of that is happening right now in terms of gatherings, and it has forced me to reimagine what the show is about. And then I quickly realized that me having less to talk about on the radio pales in comparison to the hardships being faced by artists around the country, around the world, whose livelihood depends on live concerts and gatherings, and also the service industry people who make all that possible as well. And also to say nothing of the audiences who rely on those first two groups to provide a certain amount of fulfillment and artistry to their lives. So it's in that context that I'm very happy to present the X-Ray FM House Shows series, where we make an attempt to bring artists and audiences back together virtually at a time when it's not possible to do that physically. So that is our goal for all of this. And the series directly supports the artists performing, which is possible thanks to the generosity of our sponsors, Dave Dahl, and also Brian Wanamaker, who is involved in Wanamaker Estate Vineyards and the Falcon Arts Community. And the Falcon Arts Community, I'm excited they're involved because in addition to providing affordable housing and creative spaces to artists, they're also the physical location of the X-Ray FM studios in North Portland. And it's a place that I would go every single week, but that I have not been to for a couple months now and that I kind of miss a little bit. So it's nice that they're involved in this production as well. So thank you, Brian and Dave. Thanks to them, we're able to guarantee that all performers on this series of live streams get paid for their performances. And here's you, and also you, the viewer, are also involved in this. If you're on either the Facebook or the YouTube feed, there's a chat section, and in that chat, you'll find a link where you can donate and leave tips for the bands and the artists. So be sure to do that. Also, and this is kind of fun, if you're in Portland and you donate within the next 15 minutes, you'll be entered into a drawing for a gift basket of some sort from Wanamaker Estate Vineyards. And none other than X-Ray FM music director and the host of Take It to the Bridge, Mr. Theo Craig, will go to where you live and leave some wine at your front door in person. And supposedly there'll be a video of it at the end of the show tonight. So stick around till the end for that. So that's for people who live in Portland who donate in the next 15 minutes. You'll be entered into the drawing for that. And Theo Craig, him in person, will be driving across town to wherever you are. Also, while you're in the chats on Facebook and YouTube, feel free to ask questions of the artists. If you have something you'd like to know, something you'd like me to ask them for you, or if you have a comment for the artist, you can send that my way also on the chats, and I will relay that to them, and we'll just share all that on the broadcast. What else? Yeah, so I'm very excited to see Zach from Saintseneca live for the first time. I imagine I would have seen him in Portland eventually, and I think I will. And also Faustina Masigat, who I'm excited to see as well. So what's going to work is Faustina will play a set first, then there's going to be Q&A. Then I'll bring on Zach, and they'll do 2 sets with a Q&A in the middle. And then hopefully we'll see Mr. Theo Craig carrying a bottle of wine at the very end. So right now, I'm very excited to welcome to your screen, broadcasting from somewhere in Portland, Oregon, or the surrounding area, I assume, Faustina Masigat. Take it away, Faustina.
Thank you. I'm on your side, even in the darkness. In the morning I wake up, I had another nightmare of how I'm gonna die. The ground will swallow me whole, and I'm on the other side. The night is longer. Trying to call my mother. You can call it what you want, you don't have to bother. Trying not to cry, I'll be a lonely daughter, and the devil takes his cut. I understand. The conversation ended. The price you pay is love in him. My heart's still beating. You learn the different ways to love one man. You could take 2 halves, be the broken hearted. You can call each other back, right back where we started. Remember what you had. You don't know what to call that. You can call it what you want. I understand. The conversation ended. The price you pay is love and me. My heart's still beating. You learn the different ways. You learn the different ways to love one man. You learn the different ways to love one man. Okay, just keep playing music. Right before I started, I somehow dropped my tuner. So it's a little broken. I apologize to your ears. Because also in the time of the virus, can't go get a new tuner if you need it. and I'm not fancy enough to always be able to tune my guitar by ear. Not quite that fancy. All right. I'm sorry for the silence, like the constant heart humming. Never meant to make you cry. Never meant to hold you down, Anthony. I tried to leave you honest. Please let me go. Taking love like it was ours, but it was not. I'm different now when it finally hurt too much. My only thought to hold you closer, Anthony. I tried to leave you honest. Please let me go, let me go. Please let me go, let me go. I usually end that end that song in a minor chord, but because these are trying times, I'm ending it on a major chord this evening. I'm gonna keep playing music. I have a short little set that I planned for you, but I would like to dedicate this next song to my friend Phoebe, who had a birthday I almost said last year. She definitely had a birthday last year. But she had a birthday last week. Happy belated birthday, Phoebe. If you're listening, all your friends wish you a happy birthday. Tell me you don't wanna fire in the woman and the walls of the man. Either way you stop counting, no point in fighting it. Neither way you ain't leaving this place without it. Say you gotta stay with me, go where I go. And it feels now that every man before, like the heavy hand of God, sang about his one true love, but that only held me down, kept me honest, kept me broke, but that all has up and left me now. Okay. Ross, I'm good on time, correct? I'm just gonna keep playing. Yep. It's just like Saturday Night Live. The tension is high. I'm gonna play a new song. It's relatively new. The last few songs I was playing is off of a record I released a couple years ago. On Mama Bird Recording Company label, which is also how I met Zach and Saintseneca. But this song is yet to be recorded. It's called Your Love Anymore. Long until the sun made bed is mine again, and not a monument to a broken heart. And tell me how to feel when you were gone. Tell me how loving you was a part of me. We don't talk anymore. You reach across the bed at night and touch my hand. I knew you loved me then, now I wanna forget. But is it a broken heart or a broken part of me? Can see your pain in everything. I don't wanna love you that way. How long? I is mine again, and not a monument to a broken heart. And tell me how to feel when you were gone. Tell me how loving you was a part of me, but we don't talk anymore. How long? I ask myself, but I cannot endure your love anymore. Your love anymore. All right. I'm gonna play one more. Thank you for having me. I guess Ross and I will talk a little bit after this, but thank you for listening. Feels like I'm washing away the words on my page. A tug at my leash, a begging dog comes to me, 'cause they know what I say. Called you to find out you're losing at love, you're winning at cards stacked on the table. Days turn to days. The beat of the heart without hesitation, the course of the tide in spite of itself, the click of the heel in the hallway, the hounding of the clock, the words left to say. Can't blame the difference, the words you don't say, the words you don't mean, the years trapped a younger me, fool as a sail. Called you to find out you're losing at love, you're winning at cards stacked on the table. Days turn to days. The beat of the heart without hesitation, the course of the tide in spite of itself, the click of the heel in the hallway, the hounding of the clock, the words left to say. hesitation, the course of the tide, in spite of itself, the click of the heel in the hallway, the hounding of the clock, the words left to say.
That was so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
If anything was out of tune, I couldn't tell.
Good.
Your tuner might have survived.
Nice, we did it. I know these types of shows, I don't think of myself as someone who feels a lot of stage fright, but these types of shows make me very nervous. So I'm like just dropping stuff seconds before, yeah.
Yeah, I understand how you feel, partly because every week when I'm on the radio, I'm often just sort of in a basement room somewhere, having no idea that if anyone's listening at all. I could just be talking out into the ether.
Yep.
So it's a strange phenomenon. Even like being able to see two other people on your screen maybe is not as many as you're used to, and the feedback is a lot different.
The feedback's a lot different. Yeah.
I was trying to give you like a excited expression.
No, that was great. That helps.
Some like silent
like
clapping.
So it's just in my head otherwise. Yeah.
So some of the themes in your songs, they remind me of the human connection that used to be possible randomly, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping will be again. So it sort of brings into sort of a stark contrast a little bit the current circumstances for me.
Well, it was intentional. Also, the songs I chose to record for my last record, and even the way we recorded it, from a production standpoint, I every single song and every instrument and every performance, I really want it to be as intimate and as live as possible. Like almost towards a little uncomfortable. Like my voice is also it's pretty small. Like I don't have a really big voice. So kind of working on playing with my strengths, but also like I want it to sound like I'm in a room with someone.
Yeah.
Intimacy was a big theme.
Yeah, it sounds very intimate. It almost feels like I'm just like sitting across the room from you with like the best seat at one of your concerts possible.
Well, you're welcome. I did. It's all worth it.
So, are you somewhere in Portland right now?
I am in Portland. I'm in North Portland on this beautiful gray day.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those wet days here in the Willamette Valley that we are thankful for because it makes everything green. So every time I have to walk through it, something I'm like, yeah, this is why it's green here, so I'm okay with it.
I'm into it.
So lately you've been doing a little bit of fundraising, or at least getting the word out about a group in New Mexico, I believe.
That is correct. Through live streams on Instagram, I've been fundraising for an organization called Seeding Sovereignty, and they're based in New Mexico, which is where my mom's family is from. And they are helping raise money for COVID relief for the Navajo Nation, the Jicarilla, Apache Nation, and various pueblos that are in New Mexico. Just because those indigenous communities have a lot of issues to begin with, without like help with infrastructure, or they strip away the community's infrastructure, so they don't have things like clean water or masks or healthcare, and so they're seeing spikes in infection as compared to other areas of the country.
Yeah, it's been noticing the way that certain communities with less access to resources or less access to healthcare and preventative care, the instance of complications from the virus have been like really disturbing to note, and instructive, I think, too, in ways that we could if we were a society that cared about this kind of thing, could like address.
There are disparities that already exist, but when you throw a crisis on top of it, especially a nationwide crisis, then the the relief becomes even starker between haves and have-nots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned the songs you played tonight haven't been recorded, some of them. Does that mean there's going to be some recordings?
Yes. So I played one, I think one song that's new. I was in my mind last year. I started writing this record that was kind of almost like an interpretation of like the pastoral. So I was driving around the Southwest, and I went over to the East Coast too, and I just was writing what I saw and taking pictures of what I saw, and I just was kind of writing about America and the country and like the forests and all that stuff. But I don't know. I think that COVID-19 is really asking me for new and crazy things, so I have no idea what's going to happen next. It could just be a collection of songs that I write during this time, maybe a mixture of those two. I'm also working on a slightly comedic space opera about an alien who desires intimacy and physical touch because it's a formless, bodiless being. So
that complicates things.
Who I feel like I really connect with in this moment.
Well, I am also looking forward to that now. How can people find you? What are your social media handles? If someone wanted to follow you on Instagram.
On Instagram, it's just my name, Faustina Masigat, which I won't spell. It'll be written out. It's written out here. It's a little too hard. That, and I'm on Facebook too. I'm on Twitter also, but not as active as I could be. But if you want me to be, maybe I could have a Twitter mentor. I got jokes for days. So
nice.
Now's the time to start.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
That was so wonderful.
Thank you.
You are watching the third edition of the X-Ray FM House Show series of streaming concerts put on by X-Ray FM, the community nonprofit radio station here in Portland, Oregon. Something that we're trying to do to bridge the gap between artists and audiences at a time when artists are unable to make the kind of living they're used to making due to not being able to travel or have large gatherings, and also bring artists to audiences so they can experience the joy of music that maybe they've been lacking, at least in a live setting for the last couple of months, while we collectively have been dealing with the current crisis. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors who have allowed it to be possible for us to pay the performers on this series. And those are Dave Dahl and Brian Wanamaker. So thank you, Dave and Brian, for making this all possible. Also, be sure, if you're watching on YouTube, click that subscribe button. Subscribe to the X-Ray FM YouTube channel. When we post a video, which is not often, but when we do, it's always good, and you'll be glad that you did. And if you're watching on Facebook, also go ahead and go over to YouTube and click the subscribe button. In the chats on those two, you'll find links to pages where you can donate to the artist tonight. Also, thanks to the magic of technology, at the bottom of your screen, a URL might appear, the same URL that will also direct you to a place to donate to the artist tonight. And by now, someone has probably won some wine. We're going to find out about that a little bit later on. For now, though, I'd like to bring up our next artist. This is an artist. Well, we'll bring him on, then I'll yap more. Welcome to your screen right now from Columbus, Ohio, from the band Saintseneca. We have Zach on the line. Hey, Zach, how's it going?
Pretty well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So I only became, when your first few records came out, I was sort of in a self-imposed musical exile, so I missed the boat. But just in the last year, I've discovered your music more. And I think the reason I was asked to host tonight was because I do spin you on my show.
Oh, cool. Well,
So it's exciting to get to see you in person now.
Yeah, totally.
So we'll chat a little bit more in a little while. In the meantime, take it away.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to play a new song. It's not that new. It's called Winter Breaking. On the eve of winter break, we shake our heads and part our ways. I wanna win or break even, I don't care what they say. Clove smoke blowing out the window, tearing up the Taurus you got off your folks. You want for it to all make sense. Sometimes it just don't, even for the weekend. All the holidays, even for the weekend. We'll wish you on your way. Night before you get picked up, I stop by your new place. You got a dog in a sawed-off stick, they make you feel safe. Some old soul song is changing all the air around the room. You say you hear the sadness in the singer's voice. Maybe I do too, even for the weekend. You got the whole house to yourself, even for the weekend. I wish you none but well. Do high by candle light services at night. You want for it to all make sense. Someday it just might, even for the weekend. All the holidays, even for the weekend. We'll wish you on your way, even for the weekend. You got the whole house to yourself, even for the weekend. I wish you none but well. Right. This song's called Soft Edges. Hold the stupid phone, just so you won't know that I'm not listening. I'm happy with the way that this would wake against our graciousness. We're all weary of the world, whirling of the world, and lack of static in it. But you who waste my time, you will hear not one complaint. Grape on a vine, break my face into your wine. When contingencies bend against your bonhomie, the cruelty of existing, the cruelty of existing. When you look at a distance, I think that then you'll sense it's all soft edges. When you see it all up close, I think that then you'll know it's all soft edges. No, nothing ever lasts. The future is the past. We're all processes. You waste my time, you will hear not one complaint. Grape on the vine, break your face into my wine. When contingencies bend against your bonhomie, the cruelty of existing, the cruelty of exiting. Tune real quick. All right, more songs. This one's called Moon Barks at the Dog. All we ate today was cake. I pray the Lord our teeth to break. Running off like mockers' jaw with blocks that beg to get knocked off. A ball or apple to bite, a smasher's cut into the night. Moon barks at the dog tonight. Ooh, young tongue set on fire. Ooh, moon barks at the dog tonight. Ooh, weep with me and for a time. Darkness on the edge of town is swimming in stereo sound. The boss is not my cup of tea, averse to such authority. One cup of hemlock on the rocks. One cup of hemlock coming up. Moon barks at the dog tonight. Ooh, young tongue set on fire. Ooh, moon barks at the dog tonight. Ooh, weep with me and for time. Moon barks at the dog tonight. Ooh, young tongue set on fire. Ooh, moon barks at the dog tonight. weep with me in 4/4 time. Weep with me in 4/4 time. All right, so I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna play this other instrument here. If this were a show with people in the same room, I never would have brought this much junk. But since it's in my house, the junk's all here. Alrighty. Oh yeah, this one's called Visions. I'm supposed to say the names because I couldn't decide on my set list. So we're doing them audible. When I was in 16, I used to see strange things, some vaguely resembling ghosts or spectral hosts. I was always fond of the notion I was drenched in some spirit ocean, and all my visions merely a symptom of eyes open so wide. I peer into the other side. You're the freckles all along the hairlines, revelations from feeble spirit half-lives. You're the ghost I was born to know, and you're the throat from which the echoes thrown, and all the freckles all along the hairline, revelations from feeble spirit half-lives. You're the ghost that I was born to know, and you're the from which the echoes thrown. One day without warning, spirits stopped their war, and the devil ceased imploring. I said, banished from my bed, or had I hallucinated?
Yay! That is fantastic.
Thank you.
I want to have a conversation with you, but first I'm getting way behind on my shout outs for donors. So first off, let me thank Audrey, Vincent, David and Andrea, and Jeff and Jennifer, all for donating to the artists tonight. If you haven't yet and you want to and you're able to, you can find donation links in the chat sections of both the YouTube stream and the Facebook live stream. So head over there and do all that stuff. Also, really quickly, I'd like to plug, there's another one of these, the 4th edition of the X-Ray House Show series is happening Wednesday night. That's 2 nights from now at 7 p.m. with local artists Black Belt, Eagle Scout, and K is OK. So be sure to log in for that. So Zach, I have seen a bouzouki played live in person maybe once ever before. How did you come across this thing?
Somebody gave me one. He got a new one and he traded me his old one for a pack of beer.
That seems like an excellent deal you swung.
Yeah, so I got pretty lucky on that one.
Is it, my understanding, I'm kind of an illiterate on some of this stuff, but is it like a traditional Irish instrument, like one of the many that sort of was brought over and became part of the American folk tradition, like back in the day or whatever?
It's interesting because it's like a lot of different, it is, yes. But it's also like a Greek instrument, and there's like different versions. You know, it's one of those things that like you see some instruments like that and they'll be in Turkey and Greece and the Irish music or whatever. So it's a lot of different things. But yeah, I think this is kind of an Irish style one too.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about world history and anthropology is everywhere in the world, people figured out how to make alcohol to drink out of whatever they had around. And they figured out how to like put tension on a string between two things and make sounds from it. Totally. Seems fairly universal.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, how did you know to start growing your quarantine beard so early?
It just grew last night. The whole thing showed up. Surprised me too.
And has anyone in your household like been giving you any pushback on it, or?
No, actually. I don't think you could do anything about it.
I'd never grown one before, and I decided to take this opportunity when I wouldn't see anybody to just sort of see what happens. Mm-hmm. Jury's kind of out on it.
How do you feel?
I feel kind of good. I forget that it's there, and then I'll like pass by a mirror and be like, oh yeah. But then I'll also see photographs of myself from before, and they look really weird to me now. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure what my face looks like anymore, to be honest. It scares me a little bit. I'm not sure I want to know.
You never need to know.
I hope so. I hope that's true.
So you put a record out a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Are there new songs in the works since then that we can look forward to?
Yeah. I've been writing songs and stuff. It took me a minute to kind of get into the groove of it, because that record I think kind of took it out of me. But I feel like I've accumulated a batch that I feel pretty good about. Mm-hmm. So hopefully this whole situation is kind of. It's funny because I had so many plans. Like I had never like sat down and like written everything out in a calendar, and I did that, and categorically everything that was on the calendar was like wiped off. So I don't know. It's interesting because you're just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess things are going to be different.
A couple of days ago, I actually so I'm one of these Luddites who has a physical paper like calendar book that I write in with a pencil. And I picked it up a couple days ago and actually physically X'd out like everything that was in there for basically the rest of at least through the summer, making it kind of emotionally official for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did this. I purchased a calendar, which it was like a considerable investment. I thought it was like $12 was a lot of money. I was like, but it's going to be worth it. So
Yeah, those 2020 calendars are not as useful as we thought they were going to be.
it's true.
So did you ever hear anything about the sirens in Columbus, Ohio earlier?
Yeah, I heard tornado sirens. So
No.
I think it's to stop raining. We had tornado sirens earlier. I don't know if it's supposed to mean that they saw something, but hopefully everyone's okay. I don't know. I was worried that the power would go out and then I wouldn't be able to do this, but we're all good.
Yeah, it's something about the pandemic that I keep being reminded of, is that everything that would have gone wrong in the world or happened anyway is also going to happen. And now there's this added layer of complexity, like hurricane season's coming. I'm from Louisiana originally, and I know that's a big deal every year. Like people might have to like up and leave at any moment. So it's going to be a little more difficult than other years in the past. So yeah, it's
that's a good point. That's a good point.
While I'm talking to you, what's a good way? We're going to have you play another set in a second, which I'm excited about. But before that, while I'm thinking about it, what's a good way for people to reach you?
I'll find it, and I don't know, whatever the typical communication services available to a person in the year of 2020.
So it's at Saintseneca generally on all those.
Yeah,
one word.
Pretty much, and I check them. So
very good social media-ing of you to do that. I try to the verb, but I'm also an underachiever. For
tweeting, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I don't, if you don't feel like doing it, just don't. That's my rule. That's how I feel. I think if anything, this like COVID thing has made me feel more at peace with just being like, if I don't want to do whatever sort of like, social media stuff, like you don't have to, just engage with people in a way that is meaningful to you. You don't have to do all the things or whatever,
Yeah,
that's my rant.
That's good. I like it. One bright side that I'm hoping might come out of this is that it's sort of like hitting a reset button a little bit. Like we've kind of been there's been this momentum in our culture of doing things over and over again, doing the same things and having expectations, and maybe not really thinking about why. And maybe this will make people reassess their priorities or reassess like what actually makes them happy, and maybe we'll break some cycles if nothing else comes out of it.
Yeah, I like to think about good things that can kind of come out of it, because mostly it's pretty scary and intimidating, and there's like, it affects a lot of people in bad ways, but hopefully something good can come too,
Mm-hmm. Well, if you write some more songs while you're stuck in there, then that'll be one thing too.
Yeah, that'll be fun for me, at least, hopefully.
I got some more thank yous real quick. I want to thank Eric, Phoebe, and Charlie for donating to the artist tonight. You can do it too. Head over to the chats on the Facebook Live or on YouTube channel, and you can donate to the artist directly from there. And keep the artists afloat so that we have them still when someday we're able to gather together for the joy of music in person. So, Zach, would you like to play some more songs?
Sure. Yep. I'm gonna get this thing here. Ooh, that was good.
I was into it.
Sorry. That was not my amp.
These are rock noises that I've been missing, so please.
That's true, yeah, right? Where did I put that thing that goes on the thing? I'll use this. I think it'll work. Here we go. Rock noises. Wasted face, never yours for the keeping, slapped across your head. Then with what little time remained, set out to forget. Yonder would break, days plump with thunder of a new and glorious morn. Hours would spill, souring still, despite our adornments for them. But all in good time, break before the light. Ah, so soaked in wine, dries your will to fight. But every day is never enough. Sucks tucked in the folds of your guts, content selfish blaze in your eyes. Jesus, I'm drunk on this spirit tonight. If only good ones die young, I pray, or corruption comes swift like a thief in the night. Right, I plucked my right eye. If only good ones die young, I pray, or corruption comes swift like a thief in the night. Right, I plucked my right eye right out. Yanked from your slumber, what ominous portent dangles in your face, rife with sprites, falling on knives, crowding to your gaze. Sight is a sense, and in your defense, one I might liken to the manner in which you touch what you clutch, or the way that the wind touches you. If only good ones die young, I pray, or corruption comes swift like a thief in the night. Right, I'd pluck my right eye right out. If only young ones die good, I pray, or corruption slip like a slit in the wrist, pop your hands, redeem the rest. All right, that one was only the young die good. I was supposed to say the names and it didn't. This one's House Divided. Something's not happy with my cable. All right, I'm gonna do this one and then not do bass songs, I guess. Cool, that's how that one goes. Here we go. No more Gomorrah, implorers, he got them bad. Beside him it's autumn. You caught 'em, got them good. House divided, where do I sit? I'm inside it, it collapses. Hallelujah, how do they lure you right back to the one wondrous way? Hosanna, both hands up, gun down, but loving you. House divided, where do I sit? I'm inside it, it collapses. House divided, where do I sit? I'm inside it, it collapses. Cool, I'm gonna abandon this bass situation before it makes any more crazy sounds. See, this is why I was reluctant to write the set list down, because anytime it's like filling out your calendar. You'll be punished for that. I'm gonna play this old song on the banjo here. All right, we didn't sound check this one, but that's okay. This one is called Water to Wine. You and I in a little toy shop, buy a bag of balloons with the money we've got, set them free at the break of dawn, till one by one they were gone. So when you're gone, all we're left with are questions unasked and unanswered. I will wonder where the crows go and what you've got yourself into these days. Oh, but honey, if you call that, must be fond of the way the sun strikes when it's striking you. Well, I don't mind turning water into wine or winter. You just might find we are found when we're found out. If I could find a souvenir to tell the world that I was here, I'd find myself a red balloon, let it go and think of you. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna do, since the bass is messing up, I'm gonna do this one. This song is called Good Hand. May the baying of the hounds all wrapping on your backbones only ever be just that. And the saying none of the sounds in your seances are bound. Only with the kindest kind of spirits. May you get a good gift, all the silver brushes fall in heaps about your feet. On your good hand, make it found out. I hope you find the hill where you'd like to die, but still live on long beyond, just because you can and will. And if you have to lose your hat so that slidey ciphers can search through it. On your good hand, make it found out. On your good hand, may it just lie down. Stuff. How are we on time? Because I 5 minutes. Okay, so I guess I could play a song. Well, I love this. I'll play a song, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna play a new song. How about that? I wasn't going to, but I guess I'm going to. What one? What do you think? All right, I'm not gonna put Doc on the spot. I'm gonna play this one because I played it earlier today and I think I remember how it goes. I keep heating up the same water. I keep heeding all the wrong calls. In my Eden, no need for serpents. I've been eating all the apples on my own. I got no time to spend on anything. I got no will to kill what I should. Is it true what they say, how the end will come someday? Oh, it's too true to be good. Oh, it's too true to be good. And when I write you my Ticonderoga, might I con you into believing that I tried? I got ground down to the middle meadow, thus I shred all apologies all night. I got no time to spend on anything. I got no will to kill what I should. Is it true what they say? How the end will come someday? Oh, it's too true to be good. Oh, it's too true to be good. Oh, it's too true to be good. In my dream, I was singing. When I woke, a song was on my lips. If it's true what they say, the end will come someday. If it is, I hope I go out singing this. I bet you missed the road. I bet you missed the company of strangers. Bet you missed the old unbended light. There's a hallway down where all the people like me have fallen. All in time we will climb back to the light. I bet you missed the road. I bet you missed the company of strangers. Bet you missed the old unbended light. There's a whole way down where all the people like me have fallen. All in time we will climb back to the lights. All right.
So wonderful. Thank you. I like this.
Thanks so much for thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
If you're interested in doing an encore, we did have a request from one of the chats.
Okay. Yeah. Why?
A viewer would like to hear Beads on a String, if you'd like to play it.
Well, that one's on the bass. But
You know,
I can probably play on guitar.
I thought the crackling bass chord actually kind of had its own
cool
artistry.
I thought it was cool too, but it's Leticia's amp. She says I can use it. She says I can use it. Okay. We're gonna go rogue and we're gonna use it. Not that she would say that I couldn't use it. I just wanted to be like nice to it, you know?
It's good to be respectful of borrowed equipment.
Right. Let's see here. All right, let's see if it'll work.
We have a quote from a listener while you get tuned up. From Sammy, they say, "This made my week. You're one of my favorite songwriters. Thanks for the good music."
Oh, that is very kind. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate that. This made my week too. Cool. I think that's good enough. Well, I think it could be good. I think the whole bass case. I don't know. Whatever, we're just gonna do it. Here we go. I appreciate the request for a song. We are all beats on the same string. This one is more optimistic, I think. So I like ending on that. There we go. Rotted away, hides out of your memory, as far as falls from grace replaced. Guess you graciously effaced, but don't you let me down again. Don't you let me down again. Don't you let me down so gently. The wine was mine to serve, to dribble on your skirts. A napkin dab is a task best left for the guests to work. But don't you let me down again. Don't you let me down again. Don't you let me down so gently. Holy and complete, but holy and complete. Don't I feel you when you eat? But we're all just beads on the same string, seemingly discreet, tethered inextricably. No, Eve ain't naive no more. No, Eve ain't naive no more. No, you've no use to know you anymore. But don't you let me down again. Don't you let me down again. Don't you let me down so gently. Neighbors are gonna love that one.
I think they probably genuinely do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
if you felt like a double encore, there was another request, but I understand if you're tired.
I don't care, whatever.
Okay, last one. A listener would like to hear Ladder to the Sun.
Okay, I didn't practice it, but I think I
Perfect.
Ladder to the Sun. I think so. Cool. Hopefully the capo goes to. I was just thinking about how this one goes the other day, so I guess we'll do it in real time. Tell my sister when I'm gone, I built a ladder to the sun. Don't you worry if we burn all the light falls back to earth. Deck of jokers for my hand, serve no purpose in this game. Play your cards right, maybe you can burn out someday in the size, size right. But tequila to kill off any woes we've got. Drinking free beer on the clock. What could be freer than us? No, it's more free than us. What could be more free than? Don't want you to think I'm down. Don't want you to think I'm out though. Don't want you to think I'm down and out about. Ooh, size, size right. Ooh, size, size. I do the best you can. You do the best I can. I do the best you can. You do the best I can. Size, you're right. Ooh, size, size, you're right. Tell my sister when I'm gone, I built a ladder to the sun.
Yay! Thank you so much again.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for staying up till 11:30 Eastern time.
It's great. Yeah, I'll be up till who knows. I'm staying up all night tonight anyway. So
What is time?
Right. That's part of my Monday routine. So
yeah. Well, thank you everyone for logging in, for tuning in, for clicking on, however it is that people reach these things these days. The third edition of the X-Ray FM House Shows live stream concert series, not just from Portland, from around the country now. Maybe it'll be around the world next. I'd like to once again thank the artists. I'd like to thank Saintseneca, Zach Little. I'd like to thank Faustina Masigat. I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in and watching this happen. I'd like to thank the X-Ray staff and technical geniuses behind making all of this happen. I don't understand really what's going on here, but they do, and that's what's important. And I'd also like to once again thank our sponsors who made it possible for us to pay the artists, including Dave Dahl and Brian Wanamaker of Wanamaker Estate Vineyards and the Falcon Arts Community. And once again, thank all of you for donating to the artists tonight. And I got word that Vincent won the wine. However, the video didn't come out, so there's no video evidence of this, but we'll get to the bottom of that eventually. So from all of us at X-Ray, thanks again for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the X-Ray FM YouTube channel. Also, subscribe to all of our socials. We are on that Twitter thing that we kept talking about. We're on the Instagram. We're on Facebook. That way you can be kept apprised of all the different things happening at the station, around the station, and involving the station, including events like this. And someday, live events with groups of people. People are loving the encores. People are pro encore, as it turns out. So thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you on Wednesday. Be here on this exact same place this coming Wednesday night for a set from the local artists Black Belt Eagle Scout and K is OK. They'll be on this same platform performing from presumably their living rooms in somewhere out there, probably in Portland or thereabouts. So with that, thank you. Thank you for donating. Thank you for being a member of X-Ray FM if you are. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. And we'll all see you on Wednesday night.